terms of what you were saying, objective taking.
Okay, so they're gonna go for the off-lane Viper Tusk. I was already thinking, TB, can you match that into AM off of like Reflection, right? Can you just try and go some sort of aggro lane into that hero anyway? Now you've got incentive.
That all goes according to your plan, like you said. Definitely makes sense. They start off with a nice burrow strike right off the bat. Crit taking a lot of damage at that tag team. You know, it's doing work, but it's still going to be the first blood going over.
The miss uphill.
And they didn't get crit. Oh, and it looks like they're going in for a little bit more here. BGod having to be a bit careful. But the tips are out. Jerax putting out a little bit more damage. That's a pretty good...
The aggressiveness, like the map reading was top tier. And yeah, this Scourge McDuck in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, right underneath
Very
his own
dead.
tower, too. That feels real bad.
What's gonna happen is he's gonna come to bottom lane, die one more time, and then go to jungle.
Okay, all right. Overloom trying the best that he can to try to just get off those spells, realizing he is eventually falling.
That it's time to get out of this lane, because he's not getting anything. He has 11 CS compared to Viper's 15 and 10 denies.
Oh, this top lane is a bloodbath, but we'll have to go take off that bug, not fast enough. And there is a sentry placed over here, so 8 has to be careful because I don't think he recognizes this, though he's very aware of it now. Look at the sentry coverage coming out here.
It looked like it's gonna, but it felt like just a little bit off the mark. Jerax trying to deny himself, and
Yeah, he gets it.
he will, but he will be dead for 25, and Overlom actually gets Abed.
Was he just getting too greedy? Was he looking for like a rune or something?
I was watching Jerax.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Some of these errors coming out, very costly.
He knows that he doesn't have to worry about the Viper solo killing him, so well, let's see.
Boy.
Let's see, he's inside, he's very dead.
Well, I hear a Dream Coil, and I see Overloam is got the Nightmare out over on Jerax. He's gonna try to buy a bit more time, but these plinks coming in from Abed should be able to clean up over onto the Bane. I'm gonna go for the Exorcism play over onto Abed. They don't have anything to cancel out the TV. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do.
That was
and they
barely.
Really. 8 does have to be careful. Jerax and Nightfall are here, and they have a sentry ward. And this Burrow Strike forward tries to buy himself some more time, get underneath the tower. Looks like he's gonna be all right, unless they go for a deep dive. It feels like they're going to go for it, though. 8 not looking healthy, doesn't really have that many stick charges, so will fall as BGod hides off to the side. Oh, hello. And we're only level 4 on BGod, so this is not looking good for him.
Yeah, it's the same thing when you try to kill Huskar when itemization. This is just gonna be Urn of Shadows. I'll hold that thought.
Yeah, hold that thought for just 1 second. Again, they have these sentries in place, but the response coming in now. So still not looking great for Sand King. He's broken. He's got too much Nether Toxin all over him. So they'll end up losing Jerax, but they'll lose Aid. So there's not going to be that epicenter available. Overloam looking at any potential grabs he could get here, but they're happy with...
Still a bit worried for them, because AM still free farming.
Kid's going for that Exorcism right away. They're going to try to channel up with the epicenter. Can they get enough damage down? Overload holding on to the side. They managed to go take down Abed. They'll lose Aid. There's going to be the Nightmare tossed out over here onto the Weaver. Scourge joining into the fight here. They get the silence off. They need a little bit more damage, and they don't quite have it. So Jerax going to be allowed to live this time around as Nightfall starts stacking up that poison attack. But
Feel like too comfortable just joining, and there's no really point, because EG's holding strong with the 4 heroes that they got.
Where's the whole village here?
Smoke play over here on the side of Cut. Jerax placing his body very forward. Overloam, though, he was trying to just get some time to himself underneath that tier 1, but will end up falling from the aggression. But as I say this, Abed also sitting very low. That's another kill. Very...
Do the I think he's gonna be able to outrun it.
Oh,
Okay.
You didn't account for the Sand Kings there. I didn't either. And I don't think he did either. Overloam and BGod are making these moves together, although Crit making their way over with Nightfall. It's going to be the snowball immediately with the shards. They'll go for the Exorcism, and they just immediately blow up Crit. Look at this. Very nice Bean Scrub, plus that Mystic Lair, like we talked about. It does so much damage. That is a godlike kill streak that's going over to Kits.
He got 1,000 gold from this fight. This is huge. This is gigantic. And also, what we said about Antimage, 16 minutes in, that's big. And they know the EXO is down, so they are seeking for a fight right there.
Yeah, look at this. Kit's just kind of dancing around a little bit. Does have the Yules available. Silence followed up here with the Sand King and the Epi to do a lot of damage. Not quite enough though to take down Nightfall as they get the Dream Coil down. Crit looking for the opening, but they have a lot of damage. They're all just taking a bath in the middle of this Nether Toxin. Crit somehow still alive and eventually will fall. 8 already going down. They've got a bit of the hunt down. We do have Arteezy joining into the fight. He'll get the kill. As they'll chase after Overlord, they got the kill on top of that. They still have the vision. Abed, though, is he going to be able to survive? Is he going to be able to do it? No, they finally close the gap on him, but they'll get the kill on B-God to boot. Seem very powerful, but the cut is ready to go back in now. They realize that... Oh, 8's courier does get picked off. That smoke breaking. It's going to be crit, and... Again, the silence, very powerful with these nukes, so...
Where's the whole village here?
Now you see him, now you don't.
Pretty much. This ward that he just planted is gonna get devoted. They had Sentry and...
B-God, look at that. Oh, the immediate follow-up. Are they going to be able to burst down? Nah, looks like at the last second, yes, they'll be able to get Jarek. B-God, though, and Aid will fall. Overloom will be the next one. They go and they use the Exorcism. BKB getting popped over onto Nightfall. They use Mana Void over onto Kids. Kids having to back off a little bit. It's a pretty big win for EG, the fact that they popped the Exo and didn't really get much done with it.
Not only Jarek's died, and they got the EXO, so...
Eventually fall. A little bit of a nightmare tossed off over onto Nightfall. Again, he's tanky, though. You have to be careful of that. They'll turn their attention over onto Crit.
Silent,
and over on the
Epi.
back lines, Terax, he will be the first one to fall. The Epicenter getting dropped, and they also dropped the Dream Coil. Have to be careful, though, with that Nether Toxin. Yule's coming into play. Buy just a little bit more time, but they have too much damage. Aid will be the next one to fall. Crit it will fall as well as Abed keeps trying to dance around, poking and prodding over here at Kids. But Nightfall is getting chased after by Scourge. Over on the back lines, they do have to be careful. They've got Spirit Sight.
He's out of mana.
Silence. They'll get the kill on Scourge. As the rest of the team, they continue to chase. They want this kill on the Death Prophet. They're cutting her off. She gets the Crypt Swarm, but it's not going to be enough here. Overlord getting into position here. Gets the signs. They turn it back around. They get the kill on Abed. B-God now getting clicked down. And there's a little bit of a sleepy time here.
And he has a full Hurricane Pike now.
He was just chipping away over on the towers. Oh, well, there's the Viper, but the BKB comes out. 8 has to be careful. This time they do have the Exo, but they have so much burst damage. Oh my goodness. They just take out Overlord almost instantly. 8 also falling. That Yule's getting used here by the Death Prophet, but they just have too much damage. So that is an Exo down. That run into Overlord.
He wants to die. He wants to be able to break the smoke.
This is the guy you want to... I mean, if he doesn't have to die, it's even better. But nah, I bet he's hungry. He wants the Bane. Although, oh no, they might turn this back around. The snowball coming through from Crit gets the punch off. They'll be able to blow up Kits almost instantly. My goodness. That is the BKB completed, though. B-God running for his life. Doesn't want to let Arteezy touch his little wings here. But Arteezy, he's not going to let him get away. He's hoping maybe he can get the dial. No. The Golems will not allow it. An Aid here in the top lane. They have the vision. Jarek's already in position having that sentry. And just get the Yules, try to buy a bit more time, gets the Burrow Strike off. Is he going to be able to get out in time? It's too much. No, they get the Dream Coil. They go and just make sure that that Sand King did this very, very well on the side of EG.
But they really did. I mean, they completely shut down TB. Ooh, if they can get Scourge McDuck. They can't. He's a bit too speedy. So this will be fine. Overlord dying one more time. He still manages to get this Ether Lens, even though he has a lot.
Jarek's trying to get a little bit more information. The double damage is activated over on Arteezy. They have to be very, very careful. Abed looking for the opening, gets the silence up over onto Overlord. He's going to fall. And on the back line, they get the kill onto Jarek. Follow up here with the Yules into the air, trying to buy some more time here. The Sand King, though, is not looking too healthy as they'll end up losing. Kits over here on the side. And this is looking like a very dead B-God to boot.
You're actually, that's a high key play for sure.
When it's time to call it, it is...
Hoping that they would see, right? Like, this is... First game was pretty surprising for a lot of people, but this time showing why they're one of those top teams here. Scourge just has nothing left, is not going to be able to do much other than just try to hit back a little bit. Scooching up immediately. Okay, Abed over onto the cliffside. Down the illusory orb does get silenced. It's going to be the Exorcism coming out, and they can see Abed over here. They're going to try to get enough damage over onto the puck, but he's able to just go, jaunt himself out of existence. No, but the follow-up, all right, they'll be able to take down Abed. That's a good opening right here, but look at Arteezy. Look at him be
caught in the previous fight. There was like no real follow-up. There was no snowball save.
Ooh,
and look at Arteezy with the
You're
aggressive
poking. Yeah, there it is.
play.
There's the sheep stick coming in hot. Burrow strike is nice, but not going to be able to quite do enough as Kits and Overloom have already fallen. Now Sand King running for his life. They have that Dream Coil over onto the back lines. Abed gets the kill on B-God, and they have the BKB already popped over onto Scourge, but they're going to end up losing Crit 8 to the next one to fall. Multiple buybacks coming out from the cut. As Abed plinks away over here at this one. Illusion, another silence getting thrown out. They have to be very careful. Very careful indeed with that Hex coming out. They know Overloom is one of those lockdowns. B-God will fall. Overloom next to go. Buyback coming up for Death Prophet.
Oh,
And the
Arteezy
Sand King
dropping
picture.
low.
They get the kill over onto AM, though, is the question, as he is silenced. But they need more lockdown. They need to be able to hold him into place, and they don't have it. Aeon just will get popped now over on Abed. So send back a couple more of these illusions.
They just needed one extra stun, one extra
Oh,
silence. Abed? Question mark?
This is pretty important here. Oh, the stun up over onto Jerax. Okay, they'll take down the Weaver, but they already have the Aegis online now for Arteezy. So he's going to blink forward. Start chasing after Kits here. They'll throw out one of the illusions. You can see over the back line. Oh no, Kits is already just blown up. They'll get A2. The buybacks now coming out from the puck. He wants to be a part of this, but Scourge is going to be able to teleport away with that BKB. This is going to be very difficult for them. They're not with some of these big team fight ultis that are very important. B-God also, this is not looking good. He's also downed. The damage is being dealt over to the tower. You just don't have enough bodies here. Plus that Hex coming out over onto Scourge. It's going to be a Walrus punch up with the arrow. Will just evaporate. Scourge is down. The buyback, though, not willing to give this up without a fight, but this Ancient is just crumbling. And they'll put off a little bit more damage over onto us, but it doesn't matter. At that point, it was just GG, as Evil Geniuses will bite back with a Fury.
I respect that. They stayed in the game until the throne fell. You know, it means like no hard feelings. They didn't want to GG out. Respect. They're playing until the end, something that OG does as well. But yeah, EG in this one, they enabled Antimage. They gave him a complete free farm and also like took a lot of pressure off of him and just played pretty much 4 versus 5 until he decided to join in with the first Mana Void.